Sean O'Malley is finally savoring victory again after his UFC 324 win over Song Yadong. The triumph snapped O'Malley's two-fight skid and thrust him right back into the bantamweight title picture. Speaking at the post-fight presser, O'Malley opened up about the relief of being back in the win column and made his desires clear, demanding a title rematch with Petr Yan, while stating he has no interest in any other opponent.
It really feels good to win. So yeah, I don't usually get like that too. I usually after a win, I just kind of, like I said, I just feel like it's always going to win. So after coming off those losses, I definitely felt good. Petr Yan is the champ for a reason. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch, so I'd love to compete against him again. But yeah, I'd have to have a really good camp and show up and put on a OG Sugar performance.
Thought Merab deserved the rematch against Yan, and like you would be there if it didn't happen. But if they do make that rematch next, would you fight someone else, or are you willing, like given how popular you are and how big of a name you are, you think you could wait out and get the winner of that?
I'm chilling. If they make that fight, I'm chilling.
Waldo Cortez Acosta already has his next target in mind, following his massive win at UFC 324. The Dominican heavyweight extended his hot streak with a loud stoppage victory over Derek Lewis on Saturday night. Cortez Acosta was visibly the faster fighter throughout the match, evident in the finishing sequence where he floored Lewis with a crisp counter jab before swarming him on the mat to snub the UFC's all-time knockout leader. Speaking at the post-fight press conference,
last thing for me, you called out Curtis Blades. Stylistically, he might seem to be your most difficult matchup in the weight class. Do you believe he would be the most difficult opponent for you this?
Listen, I don't think it's going to be a tough challenge. I do believe I've had harder challenges, especially in my last 3 fights. And I don't think it's going to be that much. And listen, I want Curtis Blades because he's been saying some things on social media, and people who talk crap, I don't like him, so I don't want to rip his head.
Gaethje said he wasn't shocked that Pimblett opted to stand and trade with him, and he gave Paddy credit for his grit and refusal to quit. However, Gaethje admitted that he enjoyed teaching him a lesson, noting that he felt the fight was a humbling experience for Paddy.
Did you envision a scenario where he goes toe-to-toe and has a Justin Gaethje fight with Justin Gaethje?
Yeah, I did. I mean, that was his only choice. And I knew he wasn't going to quit. He's not a quitter. I've never seen him quit, never seen him give up. And luckily, I found some success early. Like I said, I was going to have to steal some momentum, and he was very confident, and I had to take that early. And, the moment I stepped in there, he didn't take his eyes off me. That was me not too long ago. And I guess that was Eddie Alvarez here to teach him a lesson. If I took my foot off the pedal for a second, he was on my ass. And he did a good job up to the last second. I really wanted to finish him, but I loved teaching him a lesson. He said my face was not going to look the same. After the fight, his would look the exact same. So as soon as it was over, I was like, well, look at your face, brother. It does not look the same. So for him to, and he's going to learn from this. You cannot have that mentality when you come in there. He needs to accept the worst possible outcome, and that's how you perform the best, when the pressure is the highest.
Gaethje also declared he is ready for a title unification clash against Ilia Topuria and hopes it takes place at the UFC White House event.
Do you have a message for Ilia if that's the next fight?
Can't wait. It's what I got here for. That's what we do. And of course, that's what I believe the next fight is, unless he's not back.
Listen,
I could be him. But, I mean, there's no doubt it'll be the best, one of the best fights that they could definitely put on. It'll be for an undisputed belt, and I think they want to have 6 or 7, whatever. They want to have as many as possible, so if he's not back, by then they will strip him, and I will be undisputed, and then I'll fight for the belt on there and defend it.
Dana White, as usual, held court at the UFC 324 post-fight press conference, where he covered several key topics from the night. Starting with the main event, Dana shared his take on the fight and admitted he didn't know Paddy Pimblett possessed such a chin.
Paddy Pimblett at the weigh-ins yesterday says, I'm going to knock this mother tomorrow. And I was like, that's interesting. And he never He never abandoned that game plan. Even when, he got dropped a couple times, I kept waiting for him. I'm like, he's eventually going to have to shoot and try to submit him. Now, I didn't know Paddy Pimblett had a chin like that till tonight. And, absolute dogfight in a war, and much respect to both guys.
Dana also revealed that Pimblett was sent to the hospital due to the damage he absorbed while questioning his game plan, specifically why he didn't try to take the fight to the ground.
We sent Paddy Pimblett straight to the hospital, and then we're going to send Gaethje too. And Gaethje's like, believe me, I've been in plenty of wars. I'm good. So as far as we know right now, he's healthy. I don't think that his game plan was the greatest. Obviously, tonight he showed he is tough, he is durable, and almost impossible. I mean, especially against Gaethje. And you're eating those punches from him. It's one thing to say, listen, I'm going to come out. I believe in my durability. I believe in my chin, and I'm going to go toe-to-toe with this guy. But when it starts to not work, at some point you got to say, you know what? It's the third round. I got 2 rounds left. I might want to try to take him down and submit him here.
The UFC CEO even posted a picture of Pimblett's face on social media, highlighting the punishment he took during the bout.
Obviously, we are no longer on pay-per-view, so there was a bit of a different viewing experience tonight. There was a lot of ads during the broadcast, sometimes over the walks and sometimes over the corner work. Is that something fans are going to have to get used to, or is that a work in progress that you'll change going
I haven't
forward?
seen it yet, and all this is a work in progress. It's $8.99. You're not paying, however much more. These guys gotta make some money too. So, yeah.
Would that be something that they decide, or would you watch it back and maybe think, okay, the co-main event, we should still hear the corner work, or are you just like, listen, Paramount paid for it, they get to decide?
Well, that is a fact. Let's start there. But these guys are incredible to work with already, so we'll...
Umar Nurmagomedov was notably unimpressed with Davison Figueiredo following their matchup at UFC 324. Umar controlled Figgy from start to finish in the featured prelim, grabbing his second consecutive victory with a clear-cut decision. Whether striking on the feet or grappling on the ground, Umar remained in total command, consistently outworking and punishing Figueiredo across 3 rounds.
I was expecting it's gonna be more hard, and it was easy than my sparring partners, Even then, Manuel Capé gave me more hard times in the last months. And Tiger, Magomedov. And I try to do my best, I try to fight like killer. I try to go ahead, but it's when your opponent not engaging, it's a little hard to do something to show competitive.
Ilia Topuria has shared his reaction to Paddy Pimblett's defeat to Justin Gaethje at UFC 324. Original plans called for Topuria to defend his lightweight belt against Pimblett on Saturday's card in Las Vegas. However, the champ took a hiatus due to a personal issue, setting up an interim title bout between Gaethje and Pimblett. Gaethje earned a unanimous decision win, handing Pimblett his first loss in the octagon and costing him a title unification grudge match with Topuria. Topuria reminded Pimblett of that reality post-fight, while also sending a stern warning to Gaethje ahead of their expected showdown. He tweeted, "Little sausage. The only thing you had to do was beat a 38-year-old guy. You just lost the biggest paycheck of your life. You are going to get rich if you want. Justin, all I can say is, congratulations, and I'd like to tell you to get ready, but you're screwed no matter what." Topuria has previously stated he is seeking a return to competition between April and June. UFC CEO Dana White also hinted at a similar time frame after UFC 324, while Gaethje indicated that he wants the unification bout to happen at UFC White House.